was, we good?
Yeah.
Jacob, the start was a long time coming for you, so to look up there and see that tribute video playing and the warm-up, just what was going through your mind in that moment?
Yeah, that was really cool. Like I said before, this is where it all started. And then coming back here, I thought it was going to be a very special day. So thankful to the Mets for playing that. And, like I said, these fans were great to me when I was here. And, that was a really nice thing they did.
I know you said it was going to be an emotional day for you, so how do you think you controlled all that while you were on the mound?
I think I did a decent job. When they played the video, I looked at it for a second, then I had to kind of look down, gather myself, and continue playing catch to get ready for the game. But once first pitch happened, it was all right. Here we go. We got to try to get some outs.
What was it like to kind of have that weight taken off your shoulder when the team put up 6 runs in that first inning?
Yeah, that was huge. You're kind of sitting there for a while. I came in, threw in the cage, and just tried to get the guys back in the dugout quick.
What does it mean to you to have not only gotten to pitch back here at Citi Field, but to pitch so well too?
It means a lot. Like I said, the fans were great to me tonight. They were great to me when I was here. So I always enjoyed taking the mound in front of this crowd. So tonight was just as special.
Did you feel particularly comfortable on this mound tonight?
I felt good. Besides the third there, they hit some good pitches. Give 3 spot and then was like, hey, we got to find a way to stop letting them score runs.
How did you surprise you when the video, you said it was maybe more emotional than you thought? Were you surprised to kind of be hit like that?
No, I knew. I knew if something was played, I'd probably, feel some sort of emotion. I spent, 9 years here? Right. And like I said, everybody here was good to me, fans, the organization. So I knew it would be a special day taking this mound again. I just tried to go back to locating. I located some good pitches, and I went in between and I looked at the pitches they were hitting. I was like, hey, on some of those I got to tip my cap to them. They're good hitters over there, and I was just like, hey, we got to mix it up a little more and not be so one-dimensional.
Jacob, you're here in mid-September. You're going 7 innings here. You're still top. After everything you've been through, what was the hardest part of getting through that? Put into words just how challenging it is to get back to this one.
Yeah, you find out you're going to miss some significant time. At my age at the time, I was like, okay, there is unknown. When it first happens, you're pretty down. And then I was like, hey, once this happens, there's only one thing I can do, and that's take each day and try to get back, do what I can that day to try to get back to a major league mound. And, the rehab process is long. That's the second one I've been through for elbow surgery. So just tried to do my best I could every day. And then, with the goal of pitching back at the major league level and at the level that I wanted to compete at.
Are you confident you could get back to that level? It doesn't always happen.
Yeah, and it doesn't always happen, but you try not to let doubt set in. Hey, I've been fortunate enough to play this game for quite a while, and every day you get to put this uniform on. I'm thankful for that. We get to play a game for a living, so it's an awesome experience, and it's taken away from you, and it's just like I said, try not to let doubt set in and try to focus each day on what I got to do to get back out there.
Is there a single moment where you realized, yes, you were back to the level you wanted to be at?
You try not to think about it. I guess, I've been asked questions like that throughout my career, what you've done. It's always, what I'm trying to do next. So, this one's over, and now we got to get ready for, me personally, I get ready for Houston or Minnesota or whoever we're playing next. So.
But no, I remember more looking back. Was there a moment like your mind was finally at ease and there were no doubts you could get back to that level?
I think, like I said, taking the mound for the 3 starts last year was huge for me. As little starts as it was getting out there and pitching and recovering on the 5 days, and knowing that going into that offseason, once I did that, I was able to, say, hey, I got back out there. Now I can prepare like a normal offseason and get ready to go out there and throw as many innings as I can.
It's surprising to see you just strike out 2 batters over 7 innings around here. Just how have you been able to stay effective, but in a different way at this point?
Yeah, that one they had a good plan against me tonight. They were kind of on the down and away. Mixing it up. Luckily, they were hitting it right at people there later in the game because there were some hard hit baseballs, but. A lot of early contact, so that let me go a little bit deeper in the game. We've been kind of monitoring innings, pitch count, whatever, but a lot of early contact let me go back out there for the 7th.
Was it weird at all facing Alonzo, McNeil, and
Yeah,
these guys?
that's strange. You know, I haven't faced them except live BP settings or spring training, or so. You know, those guys were my teammates as well. So knowing them, they're all good guys. But you know, when it's time to compete, you got to try to figure out a way to get them out.
Does it absorb you back on the band where you had so much success?
Yeah, I mean, when I first went out there, you know, I was like, oh, well, you know, honestly, the mound felt the exact same. So it was obviously good memories.
Could you explain how the Rangers have gotten to this point now where you guys are right in the thick of it
Yeah.
despite everything that's happened?
Yeah, you know, early on this season, you know, wasn't kind of, you know, it was what it was.
Yeah.
We weren't playing as good as we have been now. But like I said, this group shows up the same way every day, ready with the goal to win a baseball game. So we didn't let ourselves get down. And, you know, we have guys stepping up for Corey, Marcus. You know, they're filling in and doing their best. So as a pitching staff, we're trying to just, you know, keep it within reach. You know, go out there, try to put up zeros and give these guys a chance to put up runs, which they've been doing recently. So it's just a whole team effort of trying to win. Like, we know we're right in it now, so we got to just keep going.
Were all the fly ball outs because they were attacking low and away and you adjusted to that?
I mean, I was trying to move it up and down, and they were just, you know, I don't know. They just hit the bottom of the baseball, made it go up.
Did you have family here, and how good was it to have them support you?
Yeah, my parents, my sisters, Stacy, the kids, they were all here. So, you know, it's like I said, they were all here when I made my debut, so they wanted to come back up for this and be a part of it. So I'm thankful that they all made it up here.
Was this series, did you circle it on your calendar when you first saw the schedule?
I was looking, you know, I wanted a chance to pitch here. And I mean, I knew it was late in the year. And, you know, when I saw our schedule, I was like, man, we don't go there till September, but I wanted a chance to pitch here.
Did you come back in 23? We were hurt, but the team was here. Were you on that?
No, I was not. I don't know when they came here.
It was like late August.
Yeah, I had my surgery in June. So
We're still early enough.
yeah, I mean, I'm still. I think I wore on the second one. I wore my brace for like 8 weeks, so it's kind
They were
of.
still in brace probably.
Or I just got out of it, and it's kind of stay out of the way, so you don't get a random high five. That's probably not good. So
How well you've pitched this year, does it make you think you can pitch another 4, 5, 6 seasons?
yeah, why not? I try to keep it going. You know, I enjoy playing this game, and like I said, I think, you know, when you do miss that significant time later in your career, you really realize how much you do miss it. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. And I just try to, you know, I just try to go out there and pitch.
But if you
You know,
pitch 5, 6 more years
yeah, maybe we'll see.
and you're high level,
Yeah, keep it going. That's the goal. My goal is just keep it going.
How about your number retired at Citi Field?
I mean, you know, that's not really my decision. It'd be a huge honor. You know, like I said, every time I took this mound for the Mets, and I felt like I left it all out there. So, you know, there were obviously some times where I got injured, but you know, you can't really control that. So, but when I was on that mound, I felt like I left it all out on the field.
Thanks.
Thanks, Jake.
Thank you.
Thanks.